Have you ever wished you could make soft, smooth, perfectly round, poached eggs like those served in a 5-star restaurant? But in reality, millions of people often end up with broken eggs, white spreading all over the pot, white foam floating everywhere, or misshapen eggs that look anything but appetizing. If you've tried many times without success, don't worry. Today, I'll guide you through 3 extremely easy, simple, and effective methods for poaching eggs right at home. Even if you're a first-time cook, just follow the video step by step, and I guarantee you'll end up with perfectly poached eggs, both in shape and doneness, that meet restaurant standards. Are you ready? Let's get started. Method 1. To make perfect poached eggs, the first and most important thing is to choose fresh eggs. The fresher the eggs, the firmer the whites, the less they will run, and the easier it will be to keep their shape. To check if eggs are fresh, you only need 2 simple steps. First, feel the eggshell. Fresh eggs will have a slightly rough, cloudy film, which is a natural protective layer. Second, gently shake the egg. If you don't hear any sound inside, the egg is very fresh. If you hear a sloshing sound, it means the egg has been stored for a long time. Before cooking, you should wash the eggs to remove harmful bacteria on the shell, as the shell may be contaminated with chicken droppings or dirt. Prepare a bowl of water. Add a spoonful of salt, and stir until dissolved. Then gently place the eggs in the bowl, avoiding cracking them. And soak them in the salt water for about 5 minutes. After soaking, use a paper towel to gently wipe the surface of the eggshells. At this point, all dirt will be easily wiped away. Do the same with the remaining eggs. The salt water helps to thoroughly clean and has a mild antiseptic effect, helping to reduce bacteria on the eggshells. Which country are you watching this video from? Please leave a comment below. It's wonderful that we can connect with each other from all over the world. Next, change the water and rinse again to ensure the eggs are completely clean. After rinsing, lift the eggs onto a plate and let them drain. Now, we'll move on to the first method, which also produces the most beautiful poached eggs. Prepare a pot of water and place it on the stove to boil. While waiting for the water to boil, take a soup ladle. Pour about 1/3 teaspoon of cooking oil into the ladle, then tilt it slightly to coat it evenly. This thin layer of oil will prevent the egg from sticking to the ladle and help it retain its perfect round shape. Next, crack the egg directly into the ladle. When the water is boiling vigorously, do not drop the egg in immediately. Instead, hold the spoon just above the water surface, allowing the hot steam to slightly set the white underneath first. This step takes about 1 minute to help shape the egg beautifully and perfectly. When you see the white has slightly clouded and gathered around the yolk, slowly dip the entire spoon into the pot. At this point, the egg has partially set, so it won't spread, break, or stick to the bottom of the pot. Poach the egg for about 2 to 3 minutes, depending on whether you prefer the yolk runny or slightly firmer. Once done, gently lift the egg onto a plate. And look at that, it's truly a sight to behold, isn't it? Poached eggs prepared this way are perfectly round and plump, with the white completely enveloping the yolk, neither broken nor runny. The surface of the white is smooth and beautiful, while the yolk sits neatly inside, rich and soft, incredibly appealing. This is the standard for 5-star, restaurant-style poached eggs that you can easily make right at home. They are very convenient for breakfast with porridge, noodles, or even on bread, all delicious. Quick, easy, and the results are absolutely perfect. Method 2. First, prepare 2 bowls. Then, pour water into about 1/3 of the bottom of each bowl. This amount of water is just enough to create a cushion, preventing the eggs from touching the hot bottom directly. This ensures the eggs cook evenly and retain their beautiful round shape. Next, crack the eggs into each bowl. At this point, the whites and yolks will spread out evenly on their own. This also prevents the eggs from coming into direct contact with the hot bottom of the bowl during steaming, reducing the risk of sticking, deformation, or uneven cooking. This method is very effective if you want to keep the eggs looking beautiful, plump, and intact. Once prepared, place the steamer on the stove and pour water into the pot. Turn on the stove and bring the water to a full boil. When the water is boiling, gently place each bowl of eggs into the steamer, avoiding shaking the eggs too much. Next, cover the steamer and keep the heat at medium to allow the steam to stabilize and cook the eggs evenly. The ideal steaming time is 6 to 8 minutes, depending on whether you want the yolks soft and runny or just set. If you prefer a soft, runny yolk, steaming for about 6 minutes is perfect. Once the time is up, turn off the heat, but don't rush to open the lid. Let the eggs rest for an additional 30 seconds in the residual heat. This small step helps the eggs stabilize their temperature, preventing them from shrinking or cracking due to rapid temperature changes. After the eggs have cooled slightly in the steam, open the lid and gently remove each bowl of eggs. The result will be beautifully steamed eggs that are evenly cooked yet retain their perfect softness and smoothness. Finally, simply pour out the water from the bowl, then use a spoon to gently scoop the eggs onto a plate. And there you have it, a batch of soft, smooth, poached eggs that retain their perfect round shape. The whites hug the yolks, the surface is smooth, without tears or cracks, and they look incredibly beautiful. The eggs are soft but still hold their shape, meeting the quality standards you desire. Whether you prefer soft-boiled eggs or slightly more cooked ones, both methods, poaching directly in water and steaming in a bowl, ensure the eggs retain their shape without warping or spreading. Thanks to this, even those trying it for the first time can create beautiful, neat, and appealing poached eggs like a seasoned chef. It's wonderful to connect with people from all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please click the subscribe button. Thank you for your support. Method 3. Using an oil-free fryer. All you need is a small, heat-resistant bowl. First, pour a thin layer of water into the bowl, just enough to cover the bottom. Then crack the egg directly into the bowl, allowing it to retain its natural shape without stirring or beating. Everything is wrapped up in just a few steps, perfect for busy days or when you want to prepare a meal in under 20 minutes. Once prepared, place the egg bowl in an air fryer. Set the temperature to about 180 to 200 degrees Celsius for 5 to 6 minutes, then reduce to 140 to 160 degrees Celsius. You can adjust the time depending on how well done you want the eggs. 7-8 minutes. Soft, slightly runny yolk, slightly set white. 9-10 minutes. The yolk is cooked through, soft and smooth like restaurant style. 11-12 minutes. The egg is fully cooked, firm and dry. A small but important note: do not cook for more than 13 minutes. If left longer, the egg will dry out, the whites will become tough, and lose the natural softness of poached eggs. When the timer goes off, carefully remove the bowl, as it will be very hot. Use a thick towel or heat-resistant gloves to avoid burns. Next, gently pour the water out of the bowl, and you will immediately see a perfectly round, smooth poached egg. The white envelops the yolk, looking beautiful and neat. Soft, smooth whites that aren't fishy or grainy. A perfectly cooked yolk that retains its richness, neither too runny nor too dry. A round, beautiful shape that doesn't smear or break. And once you've mastered these 3 methods for making perfect poached eggs, why not try adding a super fast, extremely easy, and simple twist right at home? With just 1 tomato and 3 eggs, you can enjoy a hot, nutritious, and delicious breakfast in under 5 minutes. First, prepare 3 eggs, crack them into a bowl, and whisk until the yolks and whites are well combined, slightly frothy so that the eggs are soft and smooth when fried. Meanwhile, wash 1 medium tomato, slice it into 1 centimeter thick slices, and finely chop 1 to 2 green onions to enhance the flavor. Place a pan on the stove, add 1 to 2 teaspoons of vegetable oil or a little butter or lard, and heat over medium heat until hot. Arrange the tomato slices around the pan, sprinkle with a little pepper, and scatter the chopped green onions evenly over the tomatoes. Sprinkle with a little pepper, pour the egg mixture on top. Then sprinkle the finely chopped green onions evenly over the tomatoes and eggs. Prepare about 50 grams of shredded cheese and sprinkle it over the eggs. Cover and cook over low heat for about 1 to 2 minutes, just enough for the eggs to start setting, but still remain soft and smooth, and for the tomatoes to cook through without releasing too much water. When the eggs are set, the cheese is melted, and the tomatoes are soft but still fresh, turn off the heat and scoop onto a plate. You can enjoy it immediately or with warm bread, making it a quick and nutritious breakfast. This dish is easy to make, quick, and takes only about 5 minutes from preparation to serving. It has a delicious flavor with soft eggs, fresh sweet tomatoes, and rich cheese, making it ideal for a busy breakfast. And just like that, with a few simple steps, you can make perfectly soft-boiled eggs like a restaurant, along with delicious, rich tomato eggs packed with nutrients, all in just a few minutes, right at home. I hope these little tips will help make your meals not only quicker and easier, but also more delicious and inspiring every day. If you've tried one of the 3 ways to poach eggs, or the tomato and egg dish today, please share your thoughts below. I love reading your comments and learning more tips from people around the world. If you found the video helpful, don't forget to give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the Everyday Tricks channel so you don't miss out on the next tips. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video until the end. Wishing you always joy, good health, and warm meals right in your own kitchen. See you in the next video.